Even more transfers? Even more transfers? Go on then. Hello, my name's Damien, and I'm Mad Tracking Football Manager. Welcome back to Gibraltar. And guess what, guys? I'm still the manager of the national team too. I know I keep neglecting them. It can't be helped. Not a lot changes in the national team world. We have just about... Well, I'll talk about that in a second. I'll talk about that now. Why not? This is what we've been doing, because I realise that we've been neglecting this a lot. Nations League C, we got out of fairly comfortably. We got a draws against Montenegro, at 1 point off Kosovo, and we managed to lose a game to Lithuania. I don't know how we did that. But ultimately, we got through that group with 6 points. Montenegro went down to the playoffs. Kosovo won the group by a margin. And then this year, the Euro qualifiers C, we've won the one game. It was against Montenegro away. But I would argue that 2-0 defeats against Sweden are not hopelessly bad. Greece was a 4-1 defeat. The one was late on. We weren't very good. But Netherlands, look at the times of their goals. Okay, 13. Penalty 61. Now, that was stupid. Properly stupid penalty. But never mind. We pulled it back to 2-1. And in the 81st minute, it was still 2-1. And then we just sort of fell apart. And their side was good. Like, they weren't resting players. Not that I could tell. So, promising. I think we've just crested over the get smashed by big teams hill to the hold our own, but not quite. Which is fine. I'm fine with losing 2-0 to Sweden. There you go. 36th and 40th. Maybe that one was a stupid penalty and the other one wasn't. I don't really remember. We're going to play Greece away today. It's not going to go well. But we're then going to play the first game of a Glasses United season, which is not going to go well either because it's Europa. Don't you just love starting with the big boys? Europa, St. Joseph's, Lincoln. If we get a point out of all three of those, I'll be delighted. But never mind. If we can finish in the bottom half, we can win it and get the 700 grand or whatever it is. I'm so tempted to throw it. I'm not going to lie. But we need Europe. Europe is more important. We did get 300 grand out of that stage of Europe, even though it was only the first qualifying round. Every other team did get knocked out, and I didn't double check what happened to Europa. Whoops, wrong button. That one. Yeah, so they've got into Conference League Group D after beating Dinamo Zagreb. No, sorry. Wait a minute. Oh, they'd already got through the first qualifying round by beating Maccabi Haifa. Then they lost to Göteborg. Lost to Dinamo in the Europa League, so fell into the Conference League, but beat Bran, which I thought was a type of cereal. They're now in Group D of the Europa Conference League with Partizan Belgrade, Bate Borisov, and Sigma Olomouc. And if they don't get out of that group, I will be angry with them, because that's poor. I mean, let's face it, they've already lost to Partizan Belgrade. But Bate Borisov is surely beatable. Why is that neutral? Oh, because Ukraine. Right. It is interesting that that was the little... I don't know if anyone knew. The Ukraine-Russia thing... Bate Borisov isn't Ukraine, it's Belarus, isn't it? Yeah, but it still applies. Ironic that they play in Ukrainian colours. But never mind. When the fecal matter hit the air propulsion device, they said for any existing saves, they were just going to make it so that you couldn't play in those countries and they wouldn't seek friendlies with you, which is cool. But it's funny the things that they don't catch and they don't deal with. I mean, I don't know how you would deal with it. Maybe it's not possible, but there was an oops awkward moment when in the news it pointed out that England had done really well because of the exploits of Mason Greenwood. Awkward. Yeah, so Europa ride on into the group stage, so that's good news. Everyone else is out, obviously including us. It's a bit of a worry. In terms of our schedule, we played some friendlies. We scored a lot of goals. We also shipped a lot of goals. Particularly the Gibraltar Regiment 9-5 was particularly enjoyable. I bet that was worth the fiver to get in. Only 122 people turned up to watch it. Bless them. 6-2 there, 9-1 there. I mean, it's a lot of goals in both directions. Yeah, I won't go through that in too much detail. I will quickly look through the transfers that we've sorted. There are a few more. Some of them released. We did have a proper falling out, unfortunately. Blakesley, these are the two I got rid of, weren't they, on the day? Shane Barry, I wanted to keep him, but he was just going up and up and up about someone I brought in being a problem. I forget even who. All transfers. I want to say it was Coca, maybe. Coca came in and Barry was like, oh, this guy's going to replace me. And I said, quite reasonably, we'll fight for your place. Everyone's going to fight for their place. But he wasn't having that. And it just went up and up. And after a while, I got sick of it. I offered him mutual termination. He said he'd take it for nothing. So he's gone. Another one is still going on that front. I believe, what's his name? Greg Simpson. But he won't take mutual termination, so he can just sit there. The thing is, I want to play him. He's not a terrible player. But it's not worth the dynamics hit, essentially, having an angry player there. Now, where were we? Zach K, I believe you met. If you didn't, there he is. No, you didn't. No, that was the one that came just after, I think. Well, maybe you did, maybe you didn't. Either way, this is him. Dorchester Dorking. Yeah, you did. I remember talking about that. Will Blackmore is the goalkeeper that we were looking at. He is comfortably better than the other guy. Interestingly, the other guy, he's still being paid 300 quid a week, unfortunately, but he did not complain when I dropped his match, that thing. What's that called? Playing time expectation thing. When I dropped back from first team goalkeeper to backup, he didn't complain, which is excellent news because he's the backup now. This is Will Blackmore, Peterborough United, Hampton and Richmond, Worthing, Kettering and Eastbourne Borough. Lots of games, lots of goals conceded. Had a good time at Kettering. Well, for one of the seasons. But he looked solid in the games he's played, apart from all the goals he's conceded. But apart from that, he's fine. Michael Turner, very much one for the future. He's a left-back who might or might not turn into something, but a £5 a week is something I'm willing to pay to see. Dean Evans, exactly the same on all fronts, except holding midfielder, who might turn into something £5 a week. Go on then, why not? Martin Grivosti, guess what, guys? £5 a week for a left-back. None of these players are likely to develop, really. Craig Rickard is the good news player. Now, we had him at... I believe we took him from Lincoln to Europa. Something just went in my eye. Excuse me while I completely forget to put an edit point in here. I bet I do as well. I'm gonna now, just for comedic value. Manchester United player went to Lincoln. Oh, I didn't sign him for Europa. I thought I signed him for Europa. Must be through the national team, I remember him. But either way, good, solid winger, both wings, attacking mid if we ever play one, striker... Centre mid if he gets lost, you know, could be worse. We promised him more qualified content of football. I'm certain we will at some point. And that's the incomings and the outgoings. That's the remaining transfers. Obviously, weren't that many, but actually the transfer window shut nearly 2 months ago. Financially, £611,000 in the bank. The board, I don't think I finished this thought last episode. That might sound weird, but it's like 3 hours later. About the new owners. Basically, they came in and they put tons of money in the transfer budget, but they are reluctant to spend any money elsewhere, and it's a bit annoying. I keep asking for more junior coaching budget. They're not interested. Oh, it's good enough. You should be buying good players anyway. I don't want to buy good players. I want to develop good players. It's better. They did agree to improve youth recruitment, and they've brought it from limited to basic. But every time I ask for anything else, I mean, there's 600 grand in the bank. Put some money in the youth facilities, for God's sake. But they won't do it. So, we can ask for training, I suppose. Why not? Why not? They'll say no. So I am a bit worried about the long-term future with this owner. I'm not going to lie. That I don't know that I'm going to convince him to spend any money on facilities rather than just give me a transfer budget I have no idea what to do with. Literally no idea. I can't spend that money on anything because we're £2 short of the wage budget. We've got a scouting budget that's there, but we can't do anything with it because our scouting range is limited to Gibraltar. So we're already scouting with the only division in Gibraltar. No, it doesn't count. The other one doesn't count. So we can't spend any more money on that. I've got a massive sack of cash with nothing to do with it. So I'd rather give all that money to the youth team and just say spend it on facilities, spend it on, you know, new bibs or whatever, but not allowed. I think that's everything we need to know about. Yeah, you've seen all that. Let's just go to Greece. The side Kurliovic will start in goal because the other guy whose name has escaped me, who was my goalkeeper at Europa for years, that's embarrassing. He's injured either way, so he can't play. Kurliovic is the second choice at the minute. We're in an annoying position where our three first-team goalkeepers are Hankins, Kurliovic, and this guy who is really bugging me what his name is. I should probably go look it up, but come on then, let's go look it up. That button, nope, that button. Scroll all the way to the top. Lewis Webb, that guy, injured, can't play. Groin strain, shouldn't be doing that. But yeah, all our three top goalkeepers are all 30. So we're going to have a situation soon where they start retiring and there's no one behind them. There's literally no one behind them. I mean, Shea Thompson is the one who got called up. He's 17 years old. He'll be 20 when they start retiring, realistically. He's got no determination. He's not going to develop. But yeah, we're going to have a problem. We are. We're going to have a goalkeeping staffing issue. Unless, obviously, Lincoln... Who have Lincoln got in goal at the minute? Connor Easton. 27. Not very good at all. James Hunter. 20. Dreadful. Why haven't Lincoln got a good goalkeeper? Okay, never mind. Who have Europa got? Europa have got Lewis Webb, haven't they? So they won't sign anyone else, I don't imagine. Gary Holmes? Actually not terrible. Maybe he's the next... We'll keep an eye on him, because if he stays long enough, he'll qualify for... Maybe we'll get him. Maybe we'll get him. Who knows? Apart from that, Lee Kiezu is now Gibraltarian. He was the lad we signed just before we left Europa. Good, solid centre-half. Very happy to have him. Amar Snaith is the same. Good, solid centre midfielder. Got a red card to his name already, so he's really working the Jake G front. We haven't called him up a lot. He is one of the better centre mids, but he's so unreliable purely for suspensions that I don't call him up very often anymore. Apart from that, I don't know if you know Dan Ward, who was the again, young lad at Europa. He is now Gibraltarian, I've called him up. And the youngsters coming in, Daly and Galliano. This guy is going to be something else. 18 years old, best centre midfielder we've got. I can't imagine he's going to be at Europa much longer. Just don't know where he's going to end up. He's being paid nearly $3,000 a week. Hopefully Europa are intelligent with signing on fees and stuff, sell-on fees and stuff like that. But we'll see, I guess. Other news involves Tyrell Beckwith, we know, is now at Getafe, is allegedly worth £6 million. I mean, I suppose as a defence-minded right-back, I don't think he's worth £6 million, to be honest with you. I think he's worth a couple of million, but he's definitely a defensive right-back. Robbie Mullins at San Pauli, but he is now being watched by Norwich, Nice, Schalke, Hanover, Augsburg and Sassuolo. So he might find himself in a top division soon. Reece Weber still at Europa. Kurliovic appears right at the top of the list as well, which is a surprise. 164th in the world rankings. That's probably going to change soon. Apart from that, we should probably get on with it. Kurliovic is in goal with Mullen, Okiowu, Kiezu and Jones along the back four. Snaith and Galliano in the middle. Harrison and Caetano on the wings. Reece and Williams up top. It's not a bad side. It's just not a desperately good one. And I think Greece are going to turn us over. But never mind. That doesn't matter. We're all here for a good time. Slaven Bilic is Greece's manager. Oh, that was something as well that will appeal to a very select group of you. When Sweden played against us, one of the forwards that absolutely tore us apart was Shakir Omar. If you know, you know. Our bad luck has to end somewhere. We'll wait and see. It's always good to score goals. Yeah, we like goals. Goals are good. I've just noticed how short Kurliovic is. Can you see? When he's standing in that circle, he's one of the shorter players. Mullen throws into Caetano. Okiowu lifts it forward to absolutely no one, and Michaelis to Pepe. Harry Jones wins a header well. Snaith to Harrison. And then just gets lost, bless him. Harrison completely screws the pooch. Pavlidis coming down the wing. Harry Jones with him again. Pepe into the middle. Nope, Pepe turns around. Lays it off to Pavlidis. Harrison intercepts and just takes an age over it. That's 2 in a row incredibly stupid decisions. First of all, runs himself into a dead end, and secondly, you cannot afford to take 3 touches on the edge of your own area when they're on the attack. I'm afraid, sorry. Just turn and hoof. Just swing a hoof at it, get it gone. I don't know even what he's trying to do there. Kurliovic could probably have done a little bit better as well, but it was thundered at him. And that's 1 minute and 11 seconds. Hey, look, it's 2.5 minutes. Furkan lifts it forward, and he's a curse word I'm going to use later. Nicolau. Jones is closing down well. Zagaritis to Nicolau again. And we're doing good closing down, but I imagine they're just going to play it around us now. Furkan to Zolis in front of Pavlidis. Great ball across. Good save from Kurliovic. And we make it into the 3rd minute with only a 1-goal deficit. I mean, the 4th minute, technically. Pepe's cross. In it comes, and Chiezu heads it away well. Harrison gets there, but doesn't come to anything. Harrison swings in a free kick from the other end. Caetano's under it. Loops onto the crossbar and just away. It's been 4 minutes and 4 seconds this match. That's a bit better. We make it into double digits without absolutely putting the bed, as it were. I've noticed that their fitness is a concern. Kurliovic, maybe towards the end we can exploit that. Kurliovic lifts it forward. Galliano heads it forward. Williams won't quite get there, or indeed try. Zolis to Vasilidis, Pavlidis in front of Alexanderopoulos. You know it's a Greek team when the highlight has finished before you finish pronouncing the player's name. Alexanderopoulos out wide to Michelin star. And he's got space, hasn't he? Alex to Pepe and to Zolis. Pepe hits one from downtown and Kurliovic holds it well. Pure footballing brilliance by Greece, says the commentary line. Kurliovic, I mean, Williams, could you compete for the ball? If you're not going to win it, you're not going to win it. But just jump. Just, just for exercise reasons, if nothing else. Pavlidis tucks it in the bottom corner. Vangelis Pavlidis. There's so many music-related puns. Is it Chariots of Fire? Should we go with that one? Vangelis? It's a bit weak, really, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, Harry Jones gets caught wrong side of his man. It's just not very good. But it all comes down to Williams not competing for the ball. Nothing more to say about it, really, is there? We've had the 1 shot, so we're all right. Kurliovic take the goal kick. Could you aim for one of our players this time, please, champ? Lifts it into the middle. Galliano's under it. Loses out. Harrison intercepts well, though. In front of Williams. This is better. Williams is through and he's hit the goalkeeper. Michelin back to the goalkeeper again. Odysseus, really? Odysseus, I suppose, but Odysseus Valakodian. Odysseus it is. 40th minute. We're going to go into half-time. We've had 2 shots. One of them was on target. It wasn't very good, but we did it. So, you've been terrible so far. Sort it out. Seems about right to me. I mean, Williams might have been pretty poor, but at least we've seen a highlight with him in it. Luke Reese has been invisible. So we'll get rid of Reese for Dan Ward. We're going to bring on Hercules on the right wing for... No, we're not. Yes, we are, because Harrison has... Even with a 6.8, he still annoyed me, so he's gone. And let's have a look at Cipollina up front for Williams. Let's get rid of both of them. Why not? Cipollina's a young kid as well, so it'd be good to see what he can do. I know, triple sub at half-time, kind of stupid, but the game is over. And it'll be interesting to see these other players have a go, essentially. Okio back to Kurliovic. Lifts it forward. Again, aim for one of our players if you could. Pepe to Vasilidis. Furkan to Pavlidis. And Kurliovic, where were you going? At what point a goalkeeper in the training manual is meant to step outside the bounds of his posts? Because he just suddenly, for no obvious reason, just steps off to the right. I know he nipped off for a wee or something, but where are you going there? Like, if he stays in the middle of his goal, he saves that easily. But never mind, we're 3-0 down. It's Greece, it's going to happen. I'm going to switch this over to our stats, which would be more useful, I think. There we go. And ultimately, 6-8 is the best, 6-1 is the worst. We've all been downright mediocre. Demand more. Let's have some performances, even if we're going to lose. Chiezu to Galliano. Back to Chiezu. Okio lifts it forward. Ward's underneath it, but doesn't compete for it. Michelin to Zolis. Kyormorzoglu. Kim. Okiowu to Kiezu to Galliano. This is nicer football, and then suddenly we're just going to lump it at one of their centre halves. Iliadis to Tzolis to Iliadis to Pavlidis. Kurliovic makes a good solid save. And when he's standing in the right place, you can save it quite easily, really. Tzolis to take the corner. It has been pretty unrelenting. And having made the comment about how actually we are getting to the point where we don't get smashed by bigger teams, this looks rather a lot like being smashed by a bigger team, doesn't it? Galliano swings in across, and it's headed just wide by Kiezu. And that's the one thing Kiezu's got. He's built like a traction engine. He's absolutely huge. In all dimensions, unfortunately. But Jones wins it there. I mean, I don't really understand that foul, but never mind. Nor does he, looking at the expression. Solis swings it in. And Furkan he scored a goal. It was inevitable, really, wasn't it? There's 15 to play. I mean, it doesn't feel like a foul. And equally, we're not set. He's obviously allowed to take the free kick early. Can't say you're particularly happy with that goal. Caetano is having a nightmare as captain. Tzolis to take this one. Swings it in again. It's headed away this time. And Furkan will go get it. Can we get out nice and quick? Dan Ward is just sitting back. He's behind the back line. If that ball had come back in, Dan Ward would have been solely responsible for the goal. Have a look back if you don't believe me. Caetano chips one in front of Cipollina. Cipollina takes it down and then turns away from goal. I thought this was his moment. Caetano to Snaith. Hits his own man and away it goes. Mullen again throws into Caetano. Back to Mullen. First time cross. Hercules is under it with the header and it's just wide of the post. And you have to say 4-0 is harsh. Yes, we've been beaten. We deserve to lose the match. Do not get me wrong. But actually, we've created a fair few chances and deserve a goal or two ourselves. Kim to Kotsupias, Iliadis, Furkan. The biggest thing is they're so fluid. It's very difficult to tell where anyone's actually playing on their team. Like, Furkan could be anywhere from striker to holding midfielder. He's appearing everywhere. Galliano lifts one forward. Ward's not going to get there. Michaelis backheels it 35 yards to Furkan. Judging by number 9, I guess he is a forward. Iliadis fires it into the crowd. And hopefully that's the end of the game. Furkan again lifts it forward. It's headed away by Jones. Cipollina lays it back to Jones. Well, give him a run. Give him something to aim for. Kurliovic vaguely in the direction of Cipollina. This is he now. That one's a good ball in front of Ward or Caetano. Ward will get there first. Ward could finish it here. Cuts it back to Caetano to Snaith. And he's fired it wide. Oh, what a miss. Oh, what a miss. I mean, let's face it, it's making the editing easier by missing a shot like that, but oh dear. Not happy. Go with not happy. It's a safer answer. Why are your players struggling in front of goal? Couldn't hit a cow's ass with a banjo, that's why. We're doing well, it'll work out fine. Disappointing result. We were alright. We were okay considering. Kind of true. Not strictly true, but kind of true. Struggling in the Euro qualifiers. We're playing Montenegro and the Netherlands in the remaining games. We will continue to struggle. Don't want to go to the press conference. Don't really want to play Europa either, because we're just going to get beat again. But hey, if we don't score any goals, I don't have to really edit it. So that's nice. Always look on the bright side of life. So this seems like a good time to have a shortage of defenders. Europa at home. We have Blackmore in goal with Forrest, Hopper, Yo and Peter. Excuse me, Sutcliffe. With Hawkins and Ferguson in the middle, Kay and Rickard on the wings, Eaton and Cawthorne up front. Everything forward of this line, in front of our 22, if you will, is good. But the defence is still a tad touchy. We've not got Joe Hobbs on the grounds that he is not allowed to play against Europa, it's his parent club. Carl Victory is suspended. Yeah. I think we've got a wonky defence, and there's not a lot I can do about it yet. I could have sworn I signed in at least 2 more centre halves, unless they've gone to the under 23s, just like on holiday or something. Sort selection info. No reports. That's the Badger. Yeah, no. Oh, well, never mind. It's... I mean, we're going to get beat no matter what happens, so let's just grin and bear it. Brace, lie back and think of England. Here we go. I mean, again, Europa are massive. Again, I'm annoyed because the game still thinks that I hate Europa and Dan Green for that matter. I hired Dan Green. I'm delighted to see him managing that club. And I don't really understand why the game has decided I hate them. It's annoying. But never mind, we'll cope. Why are they playing in pink? They should be playing in green. We're in our maroon, mauve, claret, whatever you want to call it. I suppose it's claret. That's what the nickname is. Owen with the throw-in. I mean, hell, that's a throw. Snaves to McGrewer to Ward. And, oh, these names. Oh, isn't it good? Galliano to McGrewer. Every other time we played Europa, I found myself forgetting which team I was about halfway through the game. And going, yes! Oh, when they scored like their sixth. Zaimi to Fisk. They have definitely made some signings. Zajimi. No idea. Galliano to Caetano. Owen is completely unmarked. There we go. Peter Sutcliffe comes across. Owen back to Snaith. Hawkins lunges in and doesn't quite get there. Sort of gets a toe on it and then the ball just sort of falls to Snaith anyway. We've made it 5 minutes in. I do wonder, because obviously when I played Glacis, it was regularly Glacis that would hold us to an annoying 0-0 or 1-1 draw. That's a great header by Caetano, and we are 1-0 down. And I do wonder if maybe I should just set this side up to be depressing, horrible, Mourinho-ish football. But A, I don't think it would be any more successful. That's gone so close to Forrest's head. If he'd sneezed, he'd have saved it by mistake. And B, I don't want to, basically. Caetano to McGrew, and it does mean that we get stuffed every now and then. No question. We will probably get stuffed today. But I find that more comfortable, honestly. Caetano, that wasn't great goalkeeping. Because it wasn't exactly in the corner, was it? And Blackmore's another one of these tiny goalkeepers. Is Blackmore really short? Not allowed to look. Excuse me. 6'2". He's not really short. I wonder why he looks so small. Hawkins to Yo. I don't know if it's the real highlight or I just confused the game by coming back to it. I was just giving it to Kiezu. And are we about to get absolutely slaughtered? I think we are. Hey, look, we've dropped down to blank position. And again, once more we're feeling we have to say that this side is nowhere near Europa. Nowhere near. You only have to look at how many of the Glacis players get into the international side. Spoiler alert, it's 0. That was a bit easy, wasn't it? Is that bottom? 11th is bottom, isn't it? Huh. We don't go there very often. And the thing is, oh my days. Yo nearly kicking Blackmore's head off and trying to clear it. Yeah, we're in a bit of trouble. But the problem is that you only get 10 games to decide whether you're top half or bottom half. You play every team once. And then the league split. We're going to start, obviously, really badly. Well cleared off the line by Sutcliffe, but he's only found Snaith. We've had a shot. How do we have a shot on target with an XG of 0? How bad was that shot? Where was it taken from? 0.01 now for 2 shots. Jeebus. What's going on? That's one of the worst halves of football I've seen. Keep going, I believe in you. Be the miracle. So the thing is, because we're gonna lose this one. Because morale will be shot, we'll probably lose against St. Joseph. Then we've got Lincoln and we'll probably lose that too. And suddenly we've only got 7 games left. And off 3 losses, obviously morale will be absolutely in the toilet. We might lose the next 2. And genuinely might finish bottom half. And might get sacked. Because we are expected to finish top half this season. Sutcliffe lifts one forward. Core form flicks it on, but wrong direction. Owen. into the middle, and Forrest will pick it up. There's space for us to pass it around. Forrest runs forward. Hawkins. Forrest again. Rickard. Forrest is there on the overlap. Put one in front of him. No, he doesn't. Rickard swings across in instead, and it's headed away by Kiezu, who, again, is built like a traction engine. Ferguson to Sutcliffe. Kay to Hawkins. Eaton through to Cawthon. I think he's onside. Cawthon puts it in the bottom corner, and I do have to do some editing. Okay, I appreciate it. He's doing the chicken dance! All is forgiven. Right, who needs subbing off? Anyone? Cawthon's a 6-2. I imagine that's about to change. Kay's looking tired at right wing. We'll see if we can put someone on there. Hey, how is Webb fit for this one? He wasn't fit for the Greece game like 5 days ago. To the point where I couldn't even call him up. That's not fair. Do we have some Alex Ferguson style? Oh no, he is too injured to represent his country. Let's take Rickard over on the other wing, and then we can bring on Brooks on the left wing. Sutcliffe. Can you come off? Yeah, we can send Yo out wide, and then Callum Heath can play centre-half. Not desperately well. But you don't need good defenders against teams like this. And, Harrison Heath can come in the middle instead of Ferguson. That'll do just spiffing. Owen with the throw-in. Owen with the throw-in! What a song. McGrewer to Snaith. Galliano. Have we just poked the bear? Is that what we've just done here by scoring a goal? Caetano drives it in. Ward's shot is blocked, and McGrewer hits the post. Forrest hacks it away. Fisk had time to start again, but we don't get to see it. They've had 13 shots on target. The goalkeeper's actually doing quite well. Webb's ball is intercepted by Eaton. Brooks to Forrest. We should call him Nottingham. If Brooks' run had been more intelligent, that was an excellent ball, but for some reason he cut inside before he got the ball. McGrewer will cut inside with the ball and do far better with it. Daly to Ronan to Kiezu. Daly again. And remember, Daly's only like 17 or 18 as well. They've got a very good, very young squad. Caetano all the way back to Daly again. Can we pinch it here? Eaton comes charging back but doesn't quite get there. Zajimi to Fisk. Zajimi again. It's a lot of highlight here, isn't there? It's a good cross in, and Caetano, don't know how he doesn't win it, bearing in mind that he's huge. That ball was good. Forrest did not react to it at all, and Matteo Zajimi, no idea, gets his first ever goal for the club, of course, making it 4-1 EUROPA. And, I mean, considering how badly we started, yes, we're losing heavily, but we're not getting the absolute trousers down 6 of the best I was expecting. Will Blackmore's on a 7.0 as goalkeeper. 14 shots on target, 4 goals. He's doing quite well. Daly's cross comes in. It's headed away by Hopper. Daly will go get it. Rickard is not interested in the slightest, is he? Now he comes trotting across. Here's Owen taking on Heath. First time cross in. McGrewer's in space. Forrest heads away. Hawkins, can we get a second goal here? Come on, I've got to edit it anyway now, so give us another goal to make it worth the effort. Fisk to Owen. Daly to Reese. To Caetano. McGrewer just turns Hopper like he's not there and hits the post. Forrest, calm and collected. Yo wasn't, but Forrest was. Heath with the corner. Come on, one more goal. Pinch a goal. To the back stick. It's headed away. Rickard will go get it. Eventually. There we go. In your own time, champ. Heath. To Rickard again. To Heath again. To Rickard again. To Heath, but a different one. This one's Brooks. Drives it in low. Eaton hits the post and puts it in second time. We do get ourselves a second goal. And I will absolutely 100% take a 4-2 defeat against Europe. I will take that. Especially when it looked like it was going to be 8 or 9 at the beginning. It looked like it was going to be a phone number, let alone a cricket score at the beginning. Eaton's first shot against the post. Goalkeeper still recovering, and Eaton finds a gap between the body of the goalkeeper and the post. And I'm going to chuck a praise out there, because damn it, we're doing all right. They didn't like that. They don't approve of being approved of, as it were. 6 shots on target for ourselves. Not bad. I'm going to say... sometimes the result doesn't go your way, but I'm happy with the performance. They don't like that. Honestly, I don't know why they don't like that. I don't like that they don't like that, furthermore. I don't care that I lost against my former team. Of course I lost against my former team. I happened to make them quite good. Did you not notice? St. Joseph lost their first game, so that's good. We have sold 101 season tickets, which is 5 more than last year. Bipping. Lots of debuts. Unwilling to experiment. Shut up. And yeah, I'm not going to do that either. So that will do. What have we got to do now? We've got St. Joseph Lincoln. It's not Manatix to do a Mons Calpe again for the last 2 games. We'll come back somewhere in the middle. Maybe Europa Point College, maybe a bit earlier. I'll come back when I bloody well feel like it. Thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed this one, please do like, sub up if you are new, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.